We've only got a few days left of the regular season, which means the highly touted play-in tournament is just around the corner. I'm Madelyn Burke for the Game Day here with Albert Wen, who you can find on social at AnalyticsCapper. And Albert, who are the play-in teams that you've got your eye on? Let's start with the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, if Jaylen Brown wasn't hurt for Boston, I would probably say the Celtics. But this one is pretty easy for me, and I think, Maddie, you'll agree with me. The most dangerous team in the East in the play-in tournament has got to be the Washington Wizards. You have Mr. Triple-Double himself, Russell Westbrook, and one of the best scorers in the last few seasons with Bradley Beal. The Sixers might be equipped to stop them defensively, but I'm hoping as an NBA fan, we get to have Nets, Wizards, KD, Russ in that first round. You might have teams that score 180 points in that first round. I want to see it, so give me the Wizards.
I like that. And hey, you know what? The Wizards going from the beginning of the season where nobody thought that they would be above 500 or taken seriously to now possibly making some noise in the postseason, but got to highlight this hamstring injury that Bradley Beal is dealing with. Those are tricky. So if he can come back from that and not re-aggravate that injury and come back in top form, this Wizards team is going to be a force to be reckoned with. But let's pivot to the Western Conference here. I mean, the Lakers are sliding into that play-in tournament. Is this the team that you're focusing on?
So before we get into my pick, let's give the Spurs and Coach Pop his flowers. Every time I talk to Maddie, I like to give flowers out. How are they still in the contention for the playoffs again? I feel like they've been in this conversation for the last 25 years. They're just never
fundamental.
Yeah, so I mean, props to Coach Pop. Props to the Spurs. I wanted to say the Warriors here. Steph Curry is playing out of his mind at 33 years old. I think his best season ever, including those 2 MVP years. But I have to say the Lakers if they're healthy. I argue that this team this year is actually better than last year's that won. They added Dennis Schroeder, Montrezl Harrell, Wesley Matthews, Gasol, Drummond, Ben McLemore. It goes on and on. This team was never really about the regular season. It's all postseason for them. LeBron is going to come back, use those early rounds to really round into form. I think the Lakers are the most dangerous team. I don't think anyone at the top of the West wants to see LA in that first round.
Yeah, the Lakers do have that clout and that whole when healthy, they are dangerous. But they've got 2, stars who are on the back 9 of their career dealing with injuries. And I got to highlight the team that you mentioned earlier, the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry is a cheat code right now. When that man is on the court, he is in range. And just as we've seen LeBron James put teams on his back and will them to the finals in the past, Steph Curry is playing like he's got the ability to do that for this Warriors team. I mean, when Clay went down earlier this season, a lot of us were saying, man, there goes the Warriors' chances again of being relevant late in the year. But here we are, Steph Curry coming for that scoring title, just playing out of his mind basketball. And I think depending on the matchups they draw, the Warriors could be dangerous.